You're listening to the Icandemy Podcast, the podcast for people who can but don't know how. This is where you get actionable steps to turn vague dreams into blissful realities. And I'm your host, Omoshola Victoria Wolabi. So let's get started. Do you ever think to yourself, I want to be able to impact lives, leave an imprint in this world, but you feel isolated, stuck, unclear on how to show up or get started? If you've answered yes to this question, I want to extend a very special invitation to you to join us on our upcoming workshop, the Courageous Confidence Workshop. This workshop is live, where we get to work together on that call so that you can crack the confidence code, awaken your inner giant, show up authentically, and attract your tribe. Head on over to offers.icandemy.org/courageous. Again, it's offers.icandemy.org/courageous. You'll find the links in the show notes below. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Icandemy Podcast. How are you all doing today? For me, it's actually a lovely Tuesday afternoon as I record this. The sun is shining, the wind is blowing gently, the flowers are bright. It's a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon as I record this. And I titled this episode, So You Want to Be a Coach, Huh? Right? For some reason, because I get a lot of DMs actually, people saying, oh, Victoria, I want to do what you do. How do I get started? So I thought, okay, why don't you just record a series on this topic actually, showing you step by step how to actually accomplish your dream or your desires to become a coach, right? For those of you who are interested in becoming a coach, or maybe just starting out a service business that serves people online, a business that you can do remotely from the comfort of your own home and get paid very well for it actually. So that's why I decided to record this series. So this is going to be in series because obviously one episode would be way too long to cover everything that you have to know on how to get started. And in true fashion of the Icandemy Podcast, a place for people who can but don't know how, I'm going to be showing you the how to become a coach. So the first step in becoming a coach, if you are considering becoming a coach at all, the first thing you want to do is what I call finessing your zone of genius. And what do I mean by that? It means taking inventory of the things that you are good at, the skills that you have acquired, the talents that you have, the gifts that you have. So for example, I remember a while back I was applying for a job, and the job title for that job was HR something, right? And I didn't have any formal HR experience in the sense of the job title. Now, in this particular job, what my role was going to be was to handle visa and immigration inquiries, basically. It was very specific, right? That's what you were going to be doing in this HR position. Now, even though I had never had the job as an HR person, officially as a title, when I read the description in that job, I had done a lot of the task that was listed. So in my other job as a career advisor, right, I dealt with immigration, I dealt with visa follow-ups, I dealt with visa applications for students who were coming in. So even though I did not have the title HR, the job description was actually a part of a job that I had done before. You see why I say you have to take inventory, right? Look at the job descriptions that you have done. What are some of the things in there that can be translated or carried over to another industry? You see what I mean? So the first things first is to sit down and take inventory of the things that you have done in your life. So for example, when I decided I was going to become a coach, there's a lot of things that I can teach or coach about based on my experiences so far. So for example, in that same job as a career advisor, there was another aspect of the job. There was another aspect of the job where I had to basically sell, right? I had to put on I had to sell to clients over the phone. So I had a lot of phone sales experience. I also had the experience of presenting and facilitating a workshop, right? Speaking on stage, communication skills. That job was very vast in the things that I did, that I developed a lot of skills on that job. I shared with you in a previous episode, there was a job I also did that helped me become very resilient towards rejection. So the first thing you want to do if you have the aspiration of becoming a coach is to take inventory of the skill set that you have acquired either on a job or along the way in your life. For example, it doesn't really have to be a job if you're not a career person. It could be maybe, for example, I saw this lady, no joke, I kid you not. She's a coach, and what she does is she teaches housewives how to clean their homes. And she has built a six-figure business from doing this, right? So you can do the same. If you're an expert at cleaning your home and home management, trust me, you can become a coach teaching people just that. You just need to find the people who are willing. Okay, family, let's face it, we've all felt pain. We've suffered the losses. You know what it's like to want something so bad, but not see a part to its accomplishment. The question, however, is, do you know how to pick yourself up and move on despite what has happened? This is what I share with you inside of my new book, Good Medicine for the Crushed Spirit, a practical guide to helping you find purpose when adversity strikes. Inside this book, you will find personal stories, relatable biblical tales, and anecdotes that prove you are never alone in your despair and will inspire you to turn pain, discomfort, disappointment, or setbacks into something positive that works for you. So if you're ready to change your life in meaningful and purposeful ways, get your copy of this book today and let the transformation begin. I saw this other program, and I kid you not, I was so surprised by it. How to make your kids, or that was not the wording, but it was somewhere along the lines of how to make your kids do their chores, for example. And the woman that was selling this program, this coach, has 9 children, and she's able to manage her home and make sure everybody does their task when it's due. And that is a skill set. It's not easy. Like, I've got 3 and I know it's not easy managing 3, not to talk of 9 children, right? And making sure everybody is fine and they do what they're supposed to do on time, right? So when you're thinking of becoming a coach, the first thing you want to do is take inventory. And then once you've taken those inventories down, obviously you, over your life experience so far, you would have acquired a lot of experience, skills. Now you have to look at those things now and say which one jumps out at you, which one speaks to you. Now, in my job as a career advisor, I was also in charge of pastoral care for the students that came into the college. And part of my job was encouraging them not to give up when things got hard, speaking to their minds, pushing them forward, right? Making sure they were on the right path. You see that this is a very different skill set from me being being in that HR type role and from me being in sales. But all of these things were intertwined in one job. So now I had to sit down and after I took inventory, now distill those skills to say, okay, which one speaks to me the most? Which one lights me up the most? Because when you want to become a coach, it means you're becoming an entrepreneur, which means you have to be ready, mentally prepared to go through some challenges, because right now you are going into a business to pay yourself. There is no boss to pay you. There is no boss to shout at you to say, why are you here late? So you need to develop the discipline to, 1, be accountable to yourself, 1. Number 2, to also learn how to sell yourself and your services. And this will come with a lot of rejection when you first get started. So it is important that you pick something that lights you up, that you are passionate about, but that can also generate market demand. It is not enough that you're just passionate about it, okay? If there is no market demand, it will never translate to money and you will be frustrated, okay? Now, in my case, what lights me up the most is just seeing people do well, getting their mindset right. Number two, I also have the advantage of knowing how to sell because I've done it over and over again over the years, right? So what I did was I decided to marry the two, okay? To say, okay, I have this gift to inspire people, to motivate people, to push them forward. I also know how to sell. So my selling skills came in handy as well when I decided to become a coach. So you want to be a coach, huh? The first thing you need to do is sit down with a pen and paper and take inventory of all your past experiences, your past skills. What have you overcome? What have you accomplished, right? What kind of jobs have you held? What irritates you that you see in the world that you feel I could do this differently if given an opportunity to do this, right? So for me, injustice irritates me so much that it literally makes my skin crawl when I see it anywhere, be it in a movie, be it in real life. And that is one of the things that made me say, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to try and make a difference in the world, right? And in order for me to make a difference in the world, I have to become a different person from who I am today, a person of authority and power, a respected woman of the society to effect a difference, right? So that is one of the things that triggered me, that pushed me into becoming a coach, right? Because I knew that I could create more impact, more freedom, and more income. I could impact more lives. I could be my own boss, and I could be financially free. So those three things are crucial when you're thinking of becoming a coach. So on this first part of the series of You Want to Be a Coach, huh? Get your pen and paper to work and start taking down an inventory of all the jobs you've had, the things you've overcome. There's another lady I know, right? She was working in a career as a salesperson for years. And when she wanted to be a coach, she actually thought that was going to be the way she was going to teach about sales. But then when she really sat down, she realized she had overcome fibroid, right? And she did this naturally without, medical intervention. And she came out on the other side and she felt, how many more women like me are suffering from fibroids who either have not had success with medical intervention or are just afraid of the medical process? I can share this with them as well. And that is what she became a coach for. You see why I say don't limit yourself to just your job. You have to look at your life in totality, your life experience in totality, right? And write those things down. That's the first step of your journey to becoming a coach. And until the next episode where I share more about you becoming a coach, keep on shining. This episode is sponsored by our very own Mogul Mindset Training. Are you ready to embrace new experiences, see opportunities where you thought there was none, and totally surprise yourself? Because you can by unleashing the power of your mind. Mogul Mindset System is a 5-step system that helps you retrain your mind to work with you and not against you. So you can awaken your inner giant, 10x your impact, your income, and become truly unstoppable. The truth is, you, my friend, have a superpower. Your creative genius. And I'm here to make that power multiply manyfold so you can get past fear, self-doubt, and finally start working and thriving in your life and business. Ready to unleash your superpowers? I thought you would. Head over to mogul.icandemy.org. That's mogul.icandemy.org to learn more. So there you have it. Thank you so much for listening. And for more content like this, follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, it's at Icandemy, the Facebook page. On Instagram, it's at Icandemy. Or come say hello over on my personal page. On Instagram, it's at Omoshola Speaks. On Facebook, it's Victoria Wolabi. Feel free to reach out, introduce yourself, say hello. I love meeting you. And if you have any stories that you feel will inspire another woman to action, I want to hear from you. I really do. I love hearing from you. Send me an email to hello@icandemy.org. So it's hello@icandemy.org.